Story 1. Half a cup of oatmeal, 1/4 cup of blueberries, and 1 tablespoon of crunchy peanut butter. Mix it all together. 20-ounce cup of green tea with honey. Story 2. On the weekend, 3 or 4 eggs, 4 or 5 slices of bacon, for slices of toast and orange juice. Story 3. Eggs over easy, drizzled with extra virgin olive oil, side salad, sourdough English muffin with goat cheese or hummus. Some pecans, pumpkin seeds, maybe sliced fruit, black coffee. Story 4. I make a shake with a banana, blackberries, oat milk, peanut butter, protein powder, and Greek yogurt. Story 5. When I work and have to leave at 6 o'clock in the morning, I eat nothing until a bagel at lunchtime, maybe a cold-cut sandwich, then nothing again until I get home. Story 6. 3 eggs scrambled in a tablespoon of butter with a 1/4 cup of cheese and a 1/4 cup of hatch green chili. Sometimes I add an avocado or a few strips of bacon, depending on what the day has in store. Story 7. My thyroid medication should be taken first, and after 30 minutes, I can have my breakfast, which is toast and coffee. It has been like that for 5 years. Story 8. It revolves around avocado toast, eggs, and bacon or sausage. If I have the time and energy, I make pancakes. I drink orange or apple juice and always have coffee on the go. Story 9. Fruits, usually a combination of either apple or kiwi and banana, assortment of nuts, boiled egg, bread, and coffee. Story 10. Protein shake, coffee, yogurt, piece of fruit, maybe a hard-boiled egg, bacon, eggs, and buttermilk biscuits on the weekends. The others rotate around a bit, but the coffee always stays. Story 11. Cereal. I don't care to eat breakfast food for breakfast. I like breakfast for dinner. In the morning, I'm usually too sleepy to do anything more than grab a bowl, fill it with cereal, and pour cold milk over it. Occasionally, I will change it up and eat Greek yogurt with a Nature Valley oats and honey granola bar crumbled into the yogurt. Story 12. Bowl of milk and cereal with blueberries or sliced banana on top and a glass of orange juice. Usually 2 cups of coffee within the next 2 to 3 hours. Story 13. My medications, caffeine, and tetrahydrocannabinol. If I am feeling hungry, I usually have tinned mackerel on Revita or cottage cheese with pineapple also on Revita. Story 14. Weekdays, fat-free cottage cheese with blueberries, a small amount of chopped pecans, and a tablespoon of chia seeds. Weekends, scrambled eggs or omelet with spinach, diced bell pepper, grilled and chopped white onion, 1 avocado smashed, a sprinkle of grated cheese, and sometimes a little bit of finely chopped ham or bacon. Story 15. 2 extra-strength Excedrin migraine, a Coca-Cola, and a Reese's peanut butter cup. This was when I worked my soul-destroying corporate job. Story 16. A glass of water that I hope I do not vomit, and then have to switch to vodka because that is what my stomach prefers before food. Story 17. 2 apples and a protein drink these days. Then snack on freshly cut fruit from the company cafeteria until lunch. Story 18. A banana. If I am planning to work out in the morning, I try to get some oatmeal and fruit. However, I am not big on breakfast. Story 19. Eggs cooked differently each day with a starch of any kind, meat protein such as bacon or salami or lunch meat, fried onions, and juice. This is at 11 a.m., but it is my first meal of the day because I work from home. Story 20. Whey protein, oat bran, flaxseed, fat-free Greek yogurt, Lyle's golden syrup, cinnamon, and dates mixed together. Story 21. On workdays, something quick. Last week it was sliced fruit. This week it is cereal. At home, tacos have been the theme this week. Story 22. Half of a bagel with cream cheese, chocolate chips, and a coffee with a splash of unsweetened soy milk. Or, if I am feeling indulgent, the same coffee with dark chocolate protein waffles stuck together with sunflower butter, topped with a little regular butter and chocolate chips. Story 23. Celsius and hate. Edit. Also a fistful of pills including blood pressure medication, omega-3, vitamin B12, and a vitamin D supplement once a week. Story 24. 2 cups of coffee with protein powder as creamer, followed by either cereal with milk or eggs with a carbohydrate such as potatoes or cheese and egg tacos. Story 25. On weekdays, I have either a coffee-flavored protein shake or cornflakes with blueberries and iced coffee. I like to change it up sometimes. On weekends, I occasionally have a bagel. Story 26. A hard-boiled egg and half an avocado with lime and salt are the most frequent breakfast items. Sometimes I have homemade granola with almond milk and fruit. Occasionally, I eat a slice of gluten-free toast with avocado and a fried egg. Sometimes I drink a banana and strawberry smoothie with protein powder. Story 27. Spam and eggs with tortillas, waffles, oatmeal, fried rice with spam and eggs, ramen, donuts and coffee, cereal and milk, grits, sausage and egg on an English muffin just like McDonald's. Story 28. Eggs of some sort. Usually over easy because that is how I prefer it. Boiled if I am trying to be healthier and scrambled with lots of butter and cream if I want a treat. I pair that with bread of some kind. Sourdough toast if I have the time to bake bread. But when I am lazy, I reheat frozen naan. I usually have avocado lying around too. I guess I eat a lot of avocado toast. Story 29. Add a small handful of walnuts to a bowl. Add a small handful of blueberries, then a couple of small spoons of rolled oats. Add milk and microwave it. Then add a couple of spoons of plain Greek yogurt. Stir well, eat, and stay full and satisfied for a couple of hours. Also, wash it down with a strong long black coffee. Story 30. If there are leftovers that are not pancakes or eggs, I do not care what time it is. If I want steak and potatoes from last night's dinner, I will eat it. Story 31. I am a new mother, so breakfast does not really exist right now. A bowl of cereal anytime before 4 p.m. is an achievement for me. Story 32. Eggs, toast, fruit or smoothie, and coffee afterwards. Or coffee and a banana before a workout, then have my eggs, toast, and smoothie. Story 33. Workdays. Coffee, buttered toast, instant oatmeal, and a piece of fruit. Off day, coffee, buttered toast, a piece of fruit, maybe some eggs. Story 34. Depends on what I have planned for the week, but usually coffee with collagen protein. This week, I made soy chorizo egg scramble with low-carbohydrate tortillas. Story 35. Granola and Greek yogurt or oatmeal with honey, hemp seeds, and cacao nibs. Strawberries, raspberries, or blackberries mixed in. A banana and half a bagel with cream cheese. A cup of coffee and a cup of water. On the weekend, it is eggs. Either omelet, fried, or scrambled with chopped mixed vegetables. Onions, mushrooms, peppers, feta, spinach, and green onion for garnish. Sunday is pancake day. Protein pancakes with fruit and maple syrup. Story 36. Coffee. Sometimes with 2 Hungry Jack's hash browns. Burger King for those offshore. Sometimes with a handful of commercially made dumplings, which I make into a soup. Story 37. Unfortunately, I have to eat something in the morning so I can take my medication. Lately, it has been toasted Uncrustables, raspberry flavor. Story 38. Half of an everything or cheese bagel toasted with herb and garlic cream cheese, topped with an over-easy fried egg, a slice of ham, a piece of fruit, often kiwi, pear, or banana, and a glass of orange juice with pulp. It's a lot, but it carries me from 6:30 a.m. often through to 1 p.m. or beyond, no problem. I've been having a variation of this breakfast since 2018. Story 39. Oatmeal mixed with jam and any fruit available at the moment. Because just saying oatmeal is not very informative. Heat up a glass of milk and a glass of oatmeal in a pot. Mix in the jam until everything boils slightly. Once done, add your fruit. Fruit can be added while cooking as you see fit. Story 40. This zero added sugar cereal with soy milk is a great choice. I started focusing on nutrition a while ago, and this cereal fits many nutritional goals. It is easy to prepare, aligns with healthy food standards, comes from a reputable company, and tastes great. Story 41. No appetite until around 1 to 2 p.m., then eat a yogurt with walnuts and chia seeds, organic oats. Mix it up the night before and leave in the fridge. Story 42. Coffee always. Then, later, a scrambled egg sandwich on toasted sourdough. I do love avocado toast with everything but the bagel sprinkled on it. Story 43. Yogurt, fiber supplement, and either a bowl of oats with cinnamon or some kind of bagel. Nothing fancy. Story 44. Nothing, because I feel nauseous in the morning. Only after about 3 to 4 hours of being awake do I realize I am hungry. Then it is time for lunch. But then I get hungry 2 hours after lunch and have to snack. It is unpleasant. Story 45. Which day of the week is it? Could be a jalapeno corned beef hash and scrambled egg morning. Or it could be a banana and chocolate chip pancakes morning. Maybe it is a Greek yogurt and granola bowl morning, drizzled with honey from the beekeeper next door. French toast with a freshly scraped vanilla bean, freshly grated cinnamon, and some zest orange peel is probable. In a hurry and need to roll? Probably going to be salt and peppered pink salmon atop a mound of skimmed cottage cheese. But if hungry because last night's dinner was less than satisfactory, it is going to be a sautéed sweet yellow onion, garlic, and mushroom 3-egg scramble, diced mini peppers of every color, thick cut bacon that has been julienned to perfection, cubed and fried baby red potatoes, hot sauce that threatens to end you, and just enough 3-cheese blend to glue that breakfast burrito closed. Story 46. Jimmy Dean breakfast biscuit and chocolate milk made with 2% lactate and Hershey's. Keeps me full, so I just bring a snack to work like fruit and cheese or fruit and a few pieces of turkey. Then I eat dinner when I get home. Story 47. Nothing. I do not get hungry until later in the morning, around 10 o'clock, and I have an early lunch at work at 11 o'clock. Story 48. Whatever is in the refrigerator that does not smell unusual. Last week, it was shredded cheese and cold spaghetti. Story 49. Always coffee with real sugar and half and half. Sometimes McDonald's, sometimes a granola bar and an apple. They make these little cottage cheese cups with fruit that are pretty good. On weekends, I make a fried egg sandwich or an omelet with pancakes. Story 50. Coffee with half and half on the way out the door. It is too early to eat and definitely too early to cook anything. Story 51. 2 cups of coffee with a granola bar after I had a glass of orange juice and a bowl of sugary cereal. This morning, I had Cocoa Pebbles. Story 52. I am working from home, and my current breakfast obsession mid-morning for the past few months is a hash brown patty, Amy Lou breakfast sausage links, 2 eggs, and some avocado. Keeps me full until the children get out of school around 3 o'clock, which is when we have a snack before starting dinner. Story 53. Sunlight and caffeine with sativa, followed by vanilla yogurt and possibly a banana. Then, about 2 hours later, I will have 3 eggs and possibly avocado on sourdough toast. Story 54. 2 poached eggs, grilled peppers and onions, 250 grams of egg whites, 60 grams of cream of rice. I am a bodybuilder, can you tell? Story 55. Americano coffee, sourdough with apricot jam, 3 ounces of fresh squeezed orange juice, a bowl of plain yogurt with Quebec maple syrup, fresh berries, and homemade granola. This is my morning routine 5 days a week. Story 56. Oatmeal made with oats, oat milk, a banana, and a big scoop of peanut butter with a mug of coffee. It gives me the boost I need to get through the day. Story 57. Coffee, Wegmans vanilla yogurt with fresh blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries, with crushed Nature Valley honey oat granola bars sprinkled on top. Every day. Story 58. Food. It is a tofu scramble with nutritional yeast and mustard, hash browns, avocado, in a flour tortilla with avocado paste and salsa. I like avocado. Story 59. 1 to 3 of these options. Last night's leftovers, bao, fried rice, yogurt, blue cheese on sourdough with honey, kefir smoothie, juke, and seasoned fruit, cheese, pho, charcuterie, olives, chia seeds, salmon creme fraiche and greens on rye, emergency dad handful of Cheerios or goldfish. Story 60. 80% of the time, for years now, old-fashioned oats with 3 egg whites stirred in while boiling. Put in a bowl and add a small handful of blueberries and a dash of no-sugar syrup. I am not a breakfast person, so this is just something to put in my stomach before the gym. Story 61. 84 grams protein powder, 2 shots espresso, 1 scoop fiber supplement in a shaker bottle with cold water. I am on a cut and need to get that protein. Story 62. Either yogurt with granola or some form of over-easy eggs and hash browns, toast, or turkey bacon. Black tea or coffee. Story 63. Coffee black, oatmeal, apple, banana, and sometimes yogurt or orange juice. I am really trying to lower my cholesterol. Story 64. Smoothie, bagel, yogurt with granola and fruit, scrambled eggs, glass of orange juice, and finish it with a cup of coffee. I will add a donut one day a week when I am feeling cheeky. Story 65. Lately, tortilla and omelette rolled up with mildly spicy salsa. Sometimes rice noodles tossed with aromatics and whatever protein I have on hand. Most of the time, Indian savory breakfast like poha, flattened rice flakes cooked with aromatics, spices, and vegetables, or upma, a similar dish made with roasted semolina. If I am not feeling up to cooking, I steam frozen dumplings for a couple of minutes and have them with a dip of chili oil. If you cannot tell yet, I love savory food. I am a teetotaler, so no tea or coffee for me. I eat fruits occasionally, mostly 1 banana following breakfast. Story 66. For the past 5 years, I have had 2 Eggo chocolate chip waffles and a glass of orange juice or milk. Story 67. Lately, I have been cycling through these options. 1. Plain oatmeal with crunchy peanut butter, cinnamon, sliced banana, chia seeds, and hemp seeds. Plain skyr with honey, mixed berries, chia seeds, hemp seeds, and sometimes smooth almond butter. Whole wheat toast with almond butter, cinnamon, sliced banana, and sliced strawberries. Whole wheat English muffin with cheese, a scrambled egg, and turkey sausage. If I am in a hurry, either cereal with skim milk or a breakfast protein bar. Always coffee. Story 68. Veggie egg white frittata, yogurt, and some fruit. Yes, I use egg whites because I genuinely prefer them, not because I think egg yolks are bad. I eat egg yolks in other dishes. Story 69. Tea with cream and sugar, avocado toast, allergy medications, vitamins, and assorted supplements, New York Times Wordle and other games. Story 70. I am obsessed with overnight oats, but my go-to is actually a unique combination of avocado toast and a hard-boiled egg. It sounds unusual, but trust me, it is a game changer. Story 71. Cereal. For bacon and eggs. For French toast. For pancakes. That is pretty much it. I wake up and have a Coca-Cola though. Breakfast is usually an hour or 2 later. Story 72. Meal 1. Protein oatmeal and a Kirkland egg bite. Alternate between Grady's cold brew or Nescafe frappe. Weekends consist of Kodiak cakes with butter and maple syrup, and bagel sandwiches with egg, cream cheese, and lox. Story 73. Usually just coffee until lunchtime. If hungry before that, a small cup of yogurt with some mixed nuts sprinkled in for crunch. Story 74. 2 eggs on whole wheat flatbread sandwich with a bit of cheddar cheese, onion, teriyaki sauce, and a mini yogurt cup. Story 75. Coffee. Yogurt with granola. Sometimes I add a sliced banana if I am feeling adventurous. Occasionally, I switch to overnight oats for a week or 2. On weekends, I have eggs if I want a hot breakfast. Story 76. Yogurt with berries and almonds or walnuts with oats and Mexican coffee. When I have time, I make waffles from scratch. Story 77. Either oatmeal or cold cereal, primarily Aldi's versions of Honey Nut Cheerios, Cinnamon Life, or Crunchy Granola Raisin Bran. Story 78. 3 eggs, scrambled, either sausage or bacon, and at least 2 24-ounce cups of coffee. Will not eat again until 7 p.m. Story 79. Sometimes oatmeal, sometimes a whey protein shake, sometimes an instant breakfast, not available in Canada anymore, so I ration the ones I have. Story 80. Either a protein shake that has oats, protein, peanut butter, honey, a banana, and almond milk, or 5 ounces of egg beaters with honey ham, roasted potatoes, and some strawberries with honey on top. Story 81. Same thing every morning. 1 egg, half a cup of egg whites, 2 pieces of toast with butter and a small amount of honey. Gave up coffee a few years ago. Story 82. English muffin breakfast sandwich with turkey sausage and coffee. I have one of those breakfast sandwich makers, so after I get home from the gym, I put all the ingredients in while getting ready and have a fresh sandwich ready to go as I head out the door. Story 83. Steel-cut oats with flaxseed or an egg on toast, or peanut butter on toast. Add a smoothie with homemade yogurt, mixed fruit, berries, and banana. Story 84. Wish I did not have to eat anything because I am not crazy about it, but I have to because of my medication. 3 eggs with either shredded cheese or salsa and water, and then I will get some iced coffee. Story 85. When I eat breakfast, it is usually just coffee or an energy drink. The only time I have a proper breakfast or lunch is when I am at home for the holidays. Story 86. 2 fried eggs, 2 pieces of wheat toast, a banana, coffee, orange juice, and maybe some yogurt that I will add with some fruit and granola. Story 87. I have one of 2 options: instant oatmeal or steel-cut oatmeal if I have it pre-made with yogurt and berries. Toasted fried egg sandwich. Story 88. Almost always toast with peanut butter, with banana, honey, or both. Also usually an apple or other fruit on the side. Story 89. Shredded wheat cereal with chopped walnuts or pecans and fresh blueberries. In winter, substitute oatmeal for the shredded wheat. Story 90. A cup of hot dark sugar-free chocolate. If I am still hungry, I will have oatmeal with fruit and green tea. If I am very hungry, I will have scrambled eggs too. Story 91. Breakfast tacos. Sometimes I make migas, waffles, or cinnamon rolls and coffee cake. But mostly I make breakfast tacos. Story 92. Peanut butter toast. The type of bread tends to be strawberry or cinnamon raisin. Could be whatever I have on hand as well. Story 93. Homemade kitchen sink smoothie. Dave's whole grain toast. Sometimes a couple of fried eggs. Coffee. I can't imagine not eating breakfast. Story 94. Depends. On weekdays, the meals will be bread or oatmeal or yogurt with fruits. On weekends, the meals will be pancakes or pastry or cereal. Story 95. I make a smoothie. This way, I can just drink my breakfast since I do not have an appetite yet. A scoop of frozen berries, half a banana, peanut butter, ground flaxseed, pea protein powder, 3 large handfuls of either kale or spinach, 2 drops of peppermint or a teaspoon of cinnamon. Then fill it halfway with almond milk and halfway with water to save on milk. Story 96. Overnight oats and fruit, quiche, granola with coconut milk and fruit, or bagel and lox. On a weekend, shrimp and grits, French toast, or a breakfast sandwich. Story 97. If it is a day off and I am motivated, I either cook some eggs, onions, and peppers, buy a breakfast burrito, or go to a breakfast buffet. If I am rushing in the morning, I get something hot from Quick Trip or 7-Eleven. If I have nothing but there are donuts or some sweet treat at work, I will have one. Story 98. Greek yogurt or kefir with some whipped honey and fruit. Toast with peanut butter. Black coffee. That's 90% of my mornings. The other 10% are green smoothies with chia seeds, flax, fruit, and protein powder. Savory breakfast is more of a treat. Something like bacon and eggs feels too rich to eat every day. Story 99. Cup of coffee. Intermittent fasting allows that. I only eat between noon and 1 p.m., and then from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. down 34 pounds in 8 months. Story 100. 4 whole eggs scrambled with lean hamburger, about 1/3 pound. 2/3 cup quick oats with 1 heaping tablespoon chia seeds, a heavy pinch of brown sugar, and a handful of frozen blueberries made with 2% milk to desired texture. If I exercise before work, I have a protein shake. If not, it is usually a caffeinated liquid of some sort. Story 101. I work the second shift, usually from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. or 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. I get up mid-morning and have brunch, which is usually either cold cereal, hot oatmeal, or eggs with veggie sausage. Story 102. Snails in herb butter with freshly squeezed blood orange juice and sparkling water. Great start to the day every day. You only live once, right? Story 103. Lately, it's been cinnamon toaster strudels with sausage. I also eat bagels with cream cheese, avocado toast with egg, and ground sausage with egg. I love breakfast. Story 104. I usually rotate my cereals with a banana, coffee, and a little later, maybe some cinnamon toast or a Pop-Tart. On Sunday, we have a bigger breakfast with either eggs and home fries or waffles. I can never make good pancakes, so I always order them when I go out for breakfast. Story 105. 3/4 cup fat-free Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder mixed in frozen fruit, about 2 tablespoons of a mix of hemp, chia, and flax seeds, topped with 3 tablespoons of homemade granola. Every day. Love it and get excited about breakfast at bedtime. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.